instrument and for play some part. My environment provide my needs and wants. Hiding for the rain like trees and plants. Now for them I try this a king but can't. Surrounded by food, joy, songs and dance. Djembe, kete and the bingy drums. We have a chant till his kingdom comes. They said the truth like a gospel song. Could I never say my mother had a whatless son. Long time under pressure, pure tribulation. Beat the drum to the fuckeries and injustice done. Won't see no justice till judgment.
Greetings, my name is Raggo, Zulu Rebel, aka Jam Messenger. I'm an artist, I'm a vessel for the message and for light. From London, travel the world, spread the vibration, I lift up the frequency. I'm a bit of a control freak. Like Erica Badu, I try to control my frequency and the frequencies around me. I'm trying to control nobody else. So I can reach the full potential of myself. I've been an artist for, I've been creatively expressing, consciously, cognitively. I was about 9, and I was about to turn 30, so for about 20 years. Yeah, I used to write stories as a kid, little poems and readings, adverts and things like that. And about 96, a couple of albums came out around about them times, and they influenced me to just jump in head first into this hip hop thing, and I've been doing it ever since. It's just a vent for expression, like I said earlier. A lot of time, if I didn't have this little thing for expression, I'd feel tight. We wind up like a nut. You know, I see a lot of people when I go to work in the morning, certain times I go early. You see all the people who are wrapped up and stressed and they sit on the whole entire frequency. Their shoulders are all tense and hunched up, and the way they interact with each other, they ain't really got no love in their heart. I just move with bare love in my heart, and everyone I interact with can tell, see and feel it, and I can see it because it affects them. It's like a virus, it spreads. I go around spreading this love. Yeah, man. As I said, I'm from London, I'm a Rasta, Rastafari. That's the example I try to follow. As I said, I try, what I say. But yeah, man, try to live up to the acts that the king said. I'm not just the king, like the king is mine. There's many other great men that walk the earth, and I try to live up to them examples, or to see what that man did and leave my own example. I'm not trying to be no copycat, I'm not trying to wait for no next man to save me. Self-reliance is the highest science. That's what we're dealing with, but you try to come and leave some work behind that when we're gone, the next generation can pick up them tools, or pick up them works, or pick up the ideology, philosophy, art, way of thinking, way of speaking, whatever, and leave something behind. You don't just come and be a nothing on this planet. You know, everybody has to have a purpose or some kind of direction or cause to be here. And a lot of people don't find it straight away, so if you don't have a purpose at this moment, you're pointing no fingers of judgment. You're like, yo, what this? Go find something to do. But while you're living, you never know when it could done. Try and find your reason for being here, innit? And that's what I'm here doing. But I found my reason, and I'm sharing it with others so they can find theirs. And that's me, really. Raggo, Zulu, Rebel, Jam Messenger. Boop, 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 boop. Music, hip hop. When I was a youth, like I said, about 10, 30, so I was a baby in the 80s. I was a boy in the 90s. Hip hop was the biggest thing in the world at them times. As an undercover, not undercover, but like a subculture, so merging. It was like music of the underdog and the underclasses. It had a kind of revolutionary tones, uplifting tones, educational tones. It would bring me into things I was going to go through, whether it be like I don't know, peer pressure, sex, violence, drugs, smiles, happy times, barbecues, relationships, love, money, whatever. Like they tell you about everything. So as a youth, hip hop was the kind of voice that I kind of come to speak with. And I guess it is relevant to, like I said, I was born in the 80s, so it's like cracking that. I'm the same age as them, think that same age as hip hop when Random Cinema was first coming out, and people was beatboxing and the 5 elements of hip hop, I don't know, graffiti and breakboxing and beatboxing and breakdance and all these things, right? That's when I'm coming to be born. So it's kind of like my frequency, the time that I've been on this earth. As I got a bit older, I've always gone from the Caribbean. now I'm a Rasta man, so you're gonna have some like reggae roots culture in there. Do you know what I mean? I've always it's what I grew up in. So you're gonna see more of that influence in the music as I'm getting older to try and put some other messages. Because as I have got older, the vibration or the frequency that they put in the hip hop music or the rap music, it's just rhythm and poetry. Anything that rhymes in a poem could be considered rap. So Dr. Zeus could be considered rap. It's not necessarily conducive to hip hop culture. But I don't want to be one of them old granddads holding on to the culture saying, this is not what it was 20 years ago, because nothing ain't going to be the same in 20 years. Everything must change. And so I'd be a fool to expect it to stay the same. And I respect that this is how the youth feel to express themselves. But a lot of the things in it don't necessarily reflect what I'm about. So when you're trying to push yourself in line with the same thing, people take it as a mismatch. Because like I said, it's a frequency. So if my frequency don't match that frequency, they're not necessarily going to relate. So yeah, you put, and as well, you got to stay true to yourself, man. I can't be these youths, I've got to be me. So doing my thing is a bit more roots now. Always the message was always roots, but the sound is getting a bit more roots. And as well, it's a lot more instrumentation. Hip hop now has a lot more MIDI oriented, like electronic sounds. I like the sound of real instrumentation and acoustics and drums and bonga drum and djembe and kete drum and this kind of thing, and guitar and acoustic guitar, electric and bass, and you get and trumpets and all that. You get that at the reggae sound, so that's why you hear a lot more of that. Like I'm gonna release the version mixtape real soon. Probably be out by the time you see this. That is dancehall, hip hop preserved. You take that back down to the and now Binky drums just start heartbeat, you know what I mean? And when people like Paul Herc and that come over from Caribbean over to America, they brought that cultural aspect, or they highlighted it and brought it to the forefront, and everyone started celebrating. We have this thing that we now call hip hop. We have this thing where we like to name everything in our Bible. I put a name on everything. Things always was they was. It's a spirit, it's a vibe, it's a frequency, so it is what it is. But I resonate with that vibe right now. So certain time you get a bit more soul, because like you said, I'm a man, I go through things that got ups and downs and heart, and you got things like the love and lust that express that more soul. But I grew up on people like Teddy Pendergrass, people like Earth and Fire, people like Frankie Beverly and Mace. So those are real influences over the music that I make. And you don't just want to fling a random song on a body of work, so I'll make a whole body of work of that element for you to feel it, you know? So yeah, man, I have to draw on all the elements, just like the Earth and Fire come together to make the right conditions in order for life to live. We draw on the R&B, we draw on the reggae, the dancehall, you know, we draw on the hip hop, we draw on the acoustic sound, we draw on the rock, look a piece of jazz, and what we know of it. I don't know too much about jazz, but I know I like certain things about here. And you come together and make the sound and the frequency, which is what you hear. Hope you enjoy.
God bless you. This for the God bless you. God bless you. Jah army strap up your shoes and boots. Yeah, it's for the God bless you.
Time for all things. Time to be happy, time to be sad, time for war, time for peace. It's all in the Bible. Season and reason, everything. Often we don't see God's time. We don't have God's watch. Spring from a higher perspective, we just sit in our own little mortal time. Space-time continuum. You put the energy out there, you ask for it. Enough time have to have the patience and the faith to wait for it to come. It might sound like some poppycock or some kind of, I'm not really guessing at the people, I've seen it by my own experience. So you put the intention out there, you put the work in, all manifesting into reality. You got to remember as well, there's punctuality, there's synchronicity, and that's two different kind of timing. Now, there are the two times you need to worry about. Your time on God's time. Punctuality is time, the next man's time. If you're running on punctuality, you're never going to be on time. You're going to be late. Don't really worry about punctuality. I never get there when the next man's set for me to reach, but when I'm meant to do that, I'm always there. You have to try and set your clock to synchronise time to align with the elements, the sun, the moon, the stars, and these things, because they've been running since the beginning of the time, and they'll be running long after time stop ticking. You try running with the Casio soon pop down. You think yourself in time with these things, time with the waves and the moon, current, and the earth cycles. June getting time. Get synchronized. Alright, up in that's my time to fix out.
And do the farming and your harvest fruit. Blessed child that own his own, nobody can't test you. This one's for all my God bless yous. Can't expect a rule from you or what bless you. If you didn't do the farming and your harvest fruit. Blessed child that own his own. You know love universal. Well I've returned full circle. Mama earth so fertile. Father God kind and merciful. One love universal, one life eternal, wonder signs and miracles, wonder signs and miracles. Love universal, wonder signs and miracles, universal.
Trees and plants, now for them I try this a king but can't. Surrounded by food, joy, songs and dance. Djembe, kete and the bingy drum. We have to chant till his kingdom come. This is the truth like a gospel song. Could never say my mother had a walkless son. Long time under pressure, pure tribulation. With the drum to the fuckery and injustice done. Won't see no justice till judgment come. Not the way the system set and world governments run. The deficit, the blood river spill upon ground. One by one, if we chant them down. Sound, chant, now you bingy chant. Every instrument has to play a song part. My environment provide for my needs and wants. I live for the rain like trees and plants. Not for them I try this a king but can't. Surrounded by full joy, songs and dance. Djembe, kete and the bingy drum. Have to chant till his kingdom comes. Chant, now you bingy chant. If we chant till his kingdom come. Not for them I try this a king but can't. They can only fling stone from my father's stance. So chant, now you bingy chant. To the diaspora return. Not for them I try this a king but can't. Fluttering lips and a snake for tongue.
Centuries and history have come and have gone. Life is still a mystery we've yet to unfold. Famine and injustice still a burden for us all. The teachings of His Majesty still lighten up the load. And we drum, we drum, we drum. Still we chant, we chant, we chant. Fighting evil Babylon. In His light we trod, we trod. And we drum, we drum, we drum. Still we chant, we chant, we chant. Fighting evil Babylon. In His light we trod, we trod.